I'm Jared Milrad. I'm the founder and president of A Show for a Change, an impact entertainment company that changes the world through the power of story. Our vision is a world where folks are engaged, they're inspired by narrative content, by impact entertainment, by stories that they see on a new platform we're launching called Moviekarma, which is the first ever streaming platform for impact coming soon to your phones and laptops. And the idea is simple. Instead of walking away from a powerful film or movie, we inspire you and empower you to take action, whether donating to a charity connected to what you watched, or signing a petition, attending a volunteer event in your neighborhood, or simply supporting the content creator or filmmaker behind the project you just watched. The vision is really about engaging folks in new ways, because there are so many causes around the world that need your help, from conservation to animal welfare to human rights to immigrants and refugees. There are causes that need your support, and nonprofit organizations supporting those causes that also need you to take action. So Moviekarma, our streaming platform for impact, is available very soon, and it's accessible to everyone. We'll start off with a subscription platform that offers a free trial for 7 days for you to experience Moviekarma, to test it out, to kick the tires and see what it's all about. And then you can choose from 2 low-cost options for just $1.99 per month if you're a student, or you can sign up annually with a 20% discount. Or if you're not a student, you can sign up for just $2.99 per month or annually as well. And so it's really easy to get started in Moviekarma. You'll be able to experience content curated by cause globally. We're proud to have an Oscar-nominated film that's exclusive to the platform called Assad, about Somalian refugees. We're proud to have an amazing film about animal welfare called Lost and Found. We're proud to have a film called Repercore about the urgent climate crisis around the world, particularly in the South Pacific region. So there are so many amazing films on our platform, amazing filmmakers and amazing causes. And Moviekarma is really about you taking action and getting engaged. So I hope you'll stay tuned to A Show for a Change, to Moviekarma, learn more about what we're all about, learn more about our incredible product, our team, our traction, and all the work we're doing to bring and frankly transform entertainment into action. Thanks for watching.
Hey Jared, it's nice that you're here at Startup Bright. We met at Kodu Startups last week, right?
Yep.
You pitched your idea there, and I wanted to interview you and kind of give you the opportunity to tell us a little bit more about your company, your vision, and kind of explain why you want to do this.
Sure.
And let's start with something that probably many people are going to be interested in. How did you come up with this idea?
Sure. So I've spent, Nick, most of my life in social impact, in nonprofits. In fact, for as long as I can remember, from the age of 14, when I became a vegan and an animal advocate, I've been involved in social causes and environmental causes. So I started my first organization at 19 when I was a freshman in college. I ran my first organization a few years before that when I was 16 around inclusivity and diversity and inclusion. So I feel really strongly about making the world a better place, leaving it better than I found it. And that's really what led me to A Show for a Change. I'd worked for President Obama's campaigns in 2008 and 2012.
I saw the picture on your pitch deck.
Yeah, so I had the chance to meet him a number of times, to be everything from a field organizer to a voter protection director in North Carolina in 2012 in the re-election, to working in the White House for his administration. And so when you're part of a campaign and a movement like the Obama campaign, you're inspired to do as much as you can to make the world better. And that actually led me to start my own nonprofit, which Warren Buffett's family foundation supported and a Supreme Court Justice of the United States supported, to running for office myself. I ran for city council here in Southern California. And so doing all these experiences working across causes led me to, frankly, first to film. I started writing and directing my own socially conscious stories and short films, and then seeing that there was a global community of like-minded, socially conscious filmmakers, that led me to start A Show for a Change.
I see. And I like the name Moviekarma. And I also like the idea of allowing people that like the movie or have something to discuss, that they can also help a cause. That's a pretty neat idea.
Thanks, and that's critical to what we're building. You raise a good point, which is community. We're partnering with an incredible tech partner. We built a lot of Moviekarma, which is is our streaming platform for impact. We built a lot of it in-house, but we'll be launching with a partner called TopFan, and TopFan has built these incredible fan engagement communities for brands like Maroon 5 and Carrie Underwood, all the way to studios like Fox and Lionsgate, and products like DC Comics and many others, and they're all about, and with our partnership, all about engaging the audience. So everything from commenting on that film that you were just inspired by about animal welfare, to taking action to support the International Rescue Committee, which is an amazing charity that helps immigrants and refugees around the world. So it's all about community and then action.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about the movies. Like who is producing the movies, who is making the movies, and also are these movies targeting to give back to the community in some way? Because producing a movie at a specific area is big deal.
It's a big deal. It's very expensive. So thankfully, we have there's a lot of great content out there. So most of the content that will be on Movikarma will be curated. In fact, we invite our audience, if you're a filmmaker and you're on Movikarma, you can submit content and we'll then review that film. So it's all types of films from around the world, all socially conscious projects. That includes documentaries that are obviously nonfiction, about a real social or environmental issue, or fictional projects. So, short films that are fictional narratives to feature films, and even episodics series that we'll have on the platform. So it's a gamut of types of films and projects, the gamut of causes as well, from all the causes I mentioned, human rights to animal welfare to many others. And the content that we're acquiring is coming in a few different ways. One, we have a monthly film festival, which you'll find at showforchange.com. That's through a partner called Film Freeway. So you can submit for just $25-$30. You can submit content. And we actually have some amazing award-winning content that we've acquired through that festival. Okay. Documentaries, other types of fictional films. And then we also acquire our films through partnerships. So we're, for example, partnering with the Skoll Center for Social Impact Entertainment, which is founded by philanthropist Jeffrey Skoll at UCLA here in Los Angeles. So that's an incredible partnership that opens up, obviously, lots of content from around the world. We're partnering with a brand called Ecodio, which has lots of environmentally responsible content and filmmakers. So our films and our content comes from around the world. And as I mentioned, some of it, we have a film that's Oscar nominated, that's exclusive to Movikarma. We have a film that was recognized at the Cannes Film Festival in Europe. So there's lots of award-winning, powerful content. We want to lift that up and then inspire people to take action.
Yeah, good. Do you help independent content creators, or you work only with big companies and big names?
Great question. So we work mostly with independent filmmakers. And what I found as an independent filmmaker and writer myself is that there's not a lot of places you can go to not only make ends meet and earn a living, which we also support. We actually offer 3 unprecedented revenue streams for our filmmakers, from inviting the audience to donate directly to the filmmakers after watching the film, to sharing net revenues and profits on our subscription platform, and later on our advertising platform we'll actually offer a unique views payout for every unique view to the filmmaker. They'll get a payout. So not only do they earn money, but we also support independent filmmakers by giving them exposure, by giving them data and analytics about their audience, and then of course partnering their film and their project with a charity. A lot of filmmakers want to give back. We're working with an amazing filmmaker who was recognized at the Sundance Film Festival, and for her project, she's just all about impact. The film's a really powerful short film about sexual assault and the Me Too movement. She wants to partner with a charity like Me Too or Time's Up and really help them support this important cause. And so we really provide that impact opportunity as well.
Do you also take part into helping these content creators to get funded, or you are coming after they finish their movie, their film?
Yeah, great question. We mostly come with after the project's completed. We have been approached by a number of filmmakers who are working on ideas and concepts that are socially conscious and we're sure an impact. So we try to support them as much as we can. We're not yet, of course, as a startup, yet big enough to finance full features, for example. But we hope one day that we will have those resources. In fact, through Moviekarma, through the whole idea of transforming entertainment into action, we can empower the audience perhaps in the future to help crowdfund and raise funds for a project. But most of our projects, if you go to moviekarma.com right now, you can submit a completed short film, documentary, feature, and other types of projects.
Yeah. Well, I hope you grow enough to be able to produce your own movies and TV series and shows, right?
Thanks.
That's what a normal platform nowadays is doing. They start with distribution and then eventually move into more of a production.
Sure. Netflix started in the business of mailing DVDs, right? And now they're doing pretty well. So we feel like with our target audience of Gen Z and millennials, folks who we know, these two generations are the most socially conscious, the most impact driven of perhaps any generation we've seen in a little while. So we feel like with that target audience, hopefully we'll grow Moviekarma, we'll grow our company, A Show for Change, and be able to do that type of content creation. We have created some projects already in-house, which you'll see on ashowforchange.com right now, that are socially conscious on different causes, and so we'll hope that we can create many more. Yeah.
Right. You must have a team with you. I don't believe you can do all this stuff by yourself.
Definitely not. No, yeah, so we have an amazing team. Nick, been really fortunate. Our board of advisors includes, leaders who've worked in executive roles at leading Fortune 500 companies like Endeavor, like Warner Brothers, MGM, Disney. Our executive team, moreover, has leaders from various other incredible companies like, I mentioned MGM, Warner Brothers, I mentioned, Disney, Sony, Paramount are a few of the others, T-Mobile, Westfield. I mean, I could be here all day. They're really an incredible assortment of talent. I think that shows, frankly, the power of this vision and the power of what we're building. Our director of technology worked at Hallmark and built their platform there. So with that experience, he also worked at AT&T, and so with that experience, we really can, I think, build a powerful platform focused on impact and elevating and supporting those causes I mentioned. Yeah.
How far are you with your product to be ready to deploy and actually start serving content to the public?
Yeah, so we're very close to launching our beta in the next few weeks. Here in August, we expect to have our beta available of Moviekarma. As I mentioned, it'll be a fully responsive web and also mobile platform available on iOS, on Apple, and also Android phones as well. So we're very close to launching our beta. From there, we're looking at a soft launch moving into September and October, and a hard launch around that time as well. So by hopefully Q4 of this year, we'll be fully up and running with our subscription-based platform, and then moving into an advertising option where you can watch, for free. You can watch content in Moviekarma with socially conscious and environmental ads and products.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what is your business model. If you can elaborate a little bit more on that. You mentioned prices and different tiers, so expect that you have a more flexible model that is going to fit multiple customers.
Exactly. So we are a for-profit company. We're a benefit corporation, or B Corp, which, as you might know, is a growing movement now. We're a mission-driven for-profit company. So we do have, I think, a really strong and frankly relevant business model to our target audience of Gen Z millennials. Our revenue streams include several different types of revenues, including subscriptions, which I mentioned earlier. That'll be our first version of Moviekarma for 7-day free trial, and then 2 low-cost subscription options. The second revenue stream is advertising. So we'll be launching what's called an AVOD, or advertising video on demand platform, in the next 6 months or so. And that's really exciting to us because we'll be able to partner with socially conscious brands, socially responsible products globally, and drive.
Oh, so you're going to also advertise socially conscious products, exactly. Not okay.
So what we can do is we already have a few companies we're working with who have a social mission and or an environmental mission, and so we can do things like pre-roll ads. We can do things like narrative stories, focus on, say, Tesla or Patagonia or The Honest Company, focused on their products, but do it in a way that makes sense for our audience. You know, it's connected to the causes and the themes in Moviekarma. So advertising is a second piece, and the last is, among others, is the administrative fees we take. So as a platform, we can take modest administrative fees on every donation an audience member makes to a charity, 2% to start, or down the road on our advertising platform, every purchase you make of a sustainable product or a socially conscious product.
Do you have competitors, and who are your competitors?
Sure, we are in an exciting space. We're thankful to not have any direct competitors right now in our exact lane of an impact entertainment streaming platform, but there are folks in the space like Omaze, which we have a lot of respect for. They launched a very successful celebrity experience-based platform for charity. It raises funds through a raffle system for charity. We're in a space with Participant Media, who we also have lots of respect for. They've had award-winning, Oscar-winning films in the more traditional theatrical space of the socially conscious impact entertainment movement. Look, Apple is getting into the game of streaming platforms. Disney is as well, AT&T. So we know that there are competitors for people's time, but at the same time, our audience is cutting cable in a rapid rate, and so there is space, we feel, to fill that vacuum and that void with a very targeted, socially conscious platform. This is a $410 billion plus market globally in terms of individuals giving to charity every year. That's the amount folks give globally. Over $280 billion in the U.S. The streaming space, the video streaming space, is growing 25% about year over year. It's now over, I think, $18 billion in 2019. So it's a large marketplace, and we feel like we can compete and succeed.
Right. Like you can look at the statistics, and about 80% of the traffic on the internet is, if not 90, is video.
That's right.
It's a trend, and I'm pretty sure it's going to continue. The way things are evolving and changing, the video is becoming more and more the media that people want to consume.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we talk to any of our friends, right? We're spending more and more time, especially young people, watching YouTube, watching video content. In fact, the number of, I think it's over 68 videos per day in some cases that young, especially Gen Z audiences are consuming. I mean, it's a lot of content that folks are consuming. Right. So we feel like we can then sort of shift that and use that for good and for impact and make a difference by empowering people to take action, because people want to take action. I think they don't want to walk away. I actually think most people want to do something good with their day, especially when they're watching so much content.
How do you market to your customers? How do you find people that not only going to watch but actually want to get involved and give back?
It's a critical question, and that's why we've given a lot of thought to this. So unlike other platforms, we have the advantage of, the competitive advantage of partnering with organizations that already have a targeted audience, right? So one of our partners, for example, the Challenged Athletes Foundation, this is a $100 million plus global charity that empowers athletes with physical challenges. We're fortunate where they love what we're doing. Their athletes love what we're doing, and they have some filmmakers who have created content about challenged athletes and that cause and love what we're doing and want to be on Moviekarma. And so we're fortunate to be able then to access their audience in a win-win marketing partnership. Because having started a nonprofit and worked in nonprofits for many years, I know that it's tough to find and raise money sometimes as a charity and to market yourself. So we can be then a partner that creates a win-win stream to fundraise for them, to provide data-driven analytics for them, to provide metrics, and frankly to provide a targeted audience of micro donors, an engaged audience that then cares about what they care about. So that's one big way, and as we grow, we expect influencers, some of whom we're already partnering with, and their foundations, and even brands, to really create that win-win marketing partnership that can foster growth of Moviekarma and support the partner as well.
So have you raised any money until now, and how much you're looking for? What are you offering for investment?
Sure. So a couple things. First, we've put in as founder and through my own networks, we put in about $25,000 already into the company. So it shows we have a lot of skin in the game, and I do as founder, and our team does as well. They're as I mentioned, leading executives from Fortune 500 companies, folks who wouldn't be part of this unless they believe in it. We were and now are among just 1% of companies that have been invited to raise on a platform called Seed Invest, which, as you may know, is one of the leading investment crowdfunding platforms. So we will be doing a side-by-side raise on that platform. Seed Invest will take 5% of equity for a goal of $500,000 of a raise on that platform. We'll be offering our audience of investors both side-by-side opportunities, so accredited investors and Reg CF or crowdfunding investors can engage there on Seed Invest, and all the terms will be listed when we launch that profile coming soon.
So you want to invest on the crowdfunding platform. You're not looking for investors right now?
We are open to both. So investors can either go to Seed Invest on our profile when it launches in the next several weeks, most likely here in August, or they can reach out to us directly, and we can provide opportunities either under those same terms, which Seed Invest is offering, or we can discuss other terms. So we're certainly open to that prospect of taking offline investments and also online investments.
So I guess my next question would be, where do you see your company going from here?
I think we can become the global leader in impact entertainment and action in a streaming space, and really the online space. I think we can provide and unlock a lot of value for charities around the world and change makers around the world, folks who want to make a difference but maybe didn't have the platform, the opportunity to do that. And through Moviekarma, I really feel like we can do a lot of good, frankly, and provide and provoke a lot of change around the world on all these different causes. Now more than ever, we need action. There are a lot of challenges around the world, as you well know, and so I think through story, through narrative, through content, there's a lot of unlocked potential to drive that change. Right. And so I really want us to be the global leader in doing that.
Yeah, that is a very ambitious goal, very ambitious target, but I really hope that you guys make it and have really find a way to make impact, to do impact in this world, because we definitely need help.
Yeah. No, I think we do, and I think the more the merrier. That's why, think about competition. To us, we're mindful of that, of course, but we also feel like there's so much need. There's so many amazing stories to be told and that are being told often, but folks aren't seeing. And I think more importantly, they might be seeing it, but they're not engaging with it. They're not having an impact on those stories in an immediate, real way. Right. So that's, I think, the difference we can drive through Movikarma.
So going back to your product, do you plan to have a platform that is, let's say, similar to Netflix, to be able to deploy an application on my TV set, not only mobile app and web-based app, but are you planning to go that way, or you don't think that is a feasible way for your application?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we do. In our roadmap, we expect to start with an SVOD or subscription-based platform first. We'll then move to an advertising or AVOD platform, and then we'll move to our linear distribution model. And that is part of what you're describing. So, having Movikarma on Roku or Pluto or TiVo, we definitely see in our future and feel like we can also innovate there as well, right? Because most of these platforms, when you watch a show at home, you're usually not asked to take a specific action in between the episodes.
Unless it's buy.
And so we feel like we can really innovate in that model and perhaps provide the next generation of technology to inspire you to donate to a charity connected to what you watch, or buy a responsible product, or go to a volunteer event or sign a petition. We feel like on the linear distribution model, hopefully even when you're on your couch, you're going to be inspired through our award-winning content on Moviekarma. You'll be inspired to take action. So yes, that's part of the future for us.
Yeah. What is your exit strategy? Have you thought about it?
Yep. We sure have. I mean, we feel like in two ways. I mean, obviously, I see this in two different ways. One is acquisition. The other is sale. For us, because I think we have a really powerful team, we have a powerful product, and frankly, a powerful vision and early traction even before we've launched. I would prefer the former than the latter. I think there's a potential for us to become the philanthropic and impact entertainment arm of a company like Apple or Disney or others, where we can really provide that targeted audience of micro donors and that content and that community and engagement in a way that they perhaps cannot or haven't. So I do think there's a potential for our investors and for our team to be part of a larger ecosystem like that.
I ask all founders this question. Do you have a funny story that you want to share with us during building or pitching or anything?
Sure. I mean, look, as any entrepreneur, I'm sure will tell you, it's a long road. It's a difficult road. I've faced many of those challenges. I'm the son of a single parent. I don't, second and third generation, depending on which side of my family you look at, American. I come from a Jewish American background, so didn't come from a lot in terms of economic resources. So I faced my share of struggles, even though I've been fortunate to have a great education, a grad degree, and a law degree. In the process of building a show for a change, I've worked as a food delivery guy. I've volunteered for just about everything you could imagine. I've taken every side job that most folks would take to just in the gig economy to just make ends meet. So it's I think maybe itself will become a show one day or a sitcom. But that's what a lot of us go through. And for me, I'm so dedicated to the show for change and Moviekarma because I really believe that there is a there and there's a need there and there's a market there. And so hopefully all that sacrifice that me and also the team have put in and my family has put in will be realized when we succeed.
Nice. Yeah. Well, thank you very much,
thanks,
and hope to see you again
soon.
Good luck.
Thank you.